Hello guys, welcome back to ESENtaxa. Andrea Papito here. In this video, I'm going to talk about some specific professional feature that you have to be aware of in case you move to Italy. This is a quite important point, it's a quite important video because I'm going to explain you exactly who you should contact to in case you need a specific professional service. And the title of this video is exactly who does what, because we need to understand exactly the name of this professional and exactly what this profession has behind this name, what exactly we expect from this service. So the first things that you have in mind is that to go to an accountant, to go to a tax advisor when you move to Italy. This is true, this is fine, but you have to make sure that these features are not overlapped, or you have to make sure that these features are totally separated. First of all, let's see how in Italian is called a tax advisor. This is very important because with these keywords you can understand exactly how to search on Google certain names, certain person that you send, certain professional that you might use for clarify certain blurry points, to clarify certain fiscal tax situation, to understand better the Italian fiscal system. So in Italian, the tax advisor, it's called Consulente Fiscale. So this is the Italian keywords that you can use to search on Google for your tax advisor. So when you are in Italy, before moving to Italy, you're looking online some professional that can help you to understand, to plan some tax schemes, to understand how the Italian fiscal system works. And this is exactly what we do. Here in ESENtaxa, we provide you this service. So we are tax advisors. We explain you how the Italian fiscal system works. We explain you exactly how a certain kind of tax schemes are not compatible with your specific situations, and we try to analyze what would be your best setup for you. This is what the tax consultant does, or tax advisor does, basically, and it's different from the other main feature, which is the accountant. The word is commercialista. So let's go down a little bit. And here we go. So the accountant, it's equal commercialista. So you don't have, it has a completely different word basically. So you can search on Google, you can find commercialista, and you have the list of commercialistas, let's say, that might eventually speak English, and most likely it's nearby your place that you have choose in case you have already moved to Italy. So the accountant, it's a different profession. The accountant is somebody that basically takes the numbers, verifies your income, and puts the number in the Italian tax file return. So he understands exactly how to file correctly this document, how to transmit it, because he's a professional that has been certified at ability. It has an ability to a legal ability to perform his profession, recognized by the Italian state. And this person is the one that has to follow you during the year. So either if you are a private person or if you are a businessman, if you're an entrepreneur, if you have opened a VAT position, if you are using an impatriate regime, or if you're using the forfeit regime. So he's the one that knows how to fill up the tax file return with the correct number, and he knows exactly what is the percentage of deduction of your costs, what is the percentage of deduction of your, for example, of your private expenses, because as you know, in Italy you can reduce your taxes after having calculated them using your private expenses. For example, the health expenses as a medicine, most of the expenses that you have done at the pharmacy. So the accountant is the one that knows exactly the numbers, and is the accountant that has to validate what the tax advisor told you before. So the tax advisor is somebody that gives you the strategy, and the accountant is the one that applies the strategy technically and makes sure and validates and says, yes, it's possible, yes, it's feasible, no, it's not. And here in ESENtaxa, we have plenty of accountant partners that, of course, can help you can assist you, of course, when you are in Italy, and they can provide you the best possible service to run your business smoothly and without any problem. And now the third important feature is the tax defender lawyer, which is in Italian called Difensore Tributario. So who is this guy? As long as everything is fine, you don't have any audit, you don't have any problem from the Italian tax agency, you have to just deal with tax advisor and your accountant, okay? But in case you receive an audit, in case you receive some documental check audits from the Italian tax agency, or simply the Italian tax agency, even worse, they contest something that you have done, and you think that you're in the right position, you have to defend yourself in court. And when it comes this moment, hopefully less possible, but if this moment comes and happens, you have to be assisted by a tax defender, or in Italian called Difensore Tributario. So don't forget this keyword, this Italian keyword, Difensore Tributario, somebody that has to defend you in context of fiscal audit, and in case he needs to talk to the Italian tax agency, in case he needs to use the correct words, because if the Italian tax agency invites you for a questionnaire or to provide some clarification, say you're not expert on taxes, of course you might say something wrong that can be used against you when it comes to the judgment at the moment of the court. So always the best choice is always to be assisted by a tax defender. Again, as I said, Difensore Tributario. He's the one that can help you to resolve those problems that the Italian tax agency might create because they are trying to gather some more extra taxes from you, contesting you some costs, contesting you some operation, contesting you some tax benefit, or simply they want to check some documents. So the tax defender is the best feature for these specific situations. Keep in mind that these are three separated professions. You might have a firm that combines all of them. You might have a tax advisor only. You might have an accountant that is also a tax advisor, or you might have a tax defender lawyer which is also a tax advisor and an accountant. Normally, the tax advisor is somebody that works separately, so it comes only for these specific problems, for these specific situations. The most important things that I want to suggest to you guys is to always make sure that the person in front of you is doing a precise profession or is doing more than one profession, but it has to be crystal clear about that. So most of the time the people is expecting to have an accountant that, okay, he's doing everything possible, but when it comes to the Italian tax agency checking you back, the accountant is not somebody that is willing to help you on this because maybe it's not on his contract that you have signed with him. So you have to make sure that if you also want to be defended, you have to check if the accountant is also a tax defender lawyer. This is very important because otherwise you have to go to someone else, to some other features. You cannot pretend that your accountant can defend you in court. Normally the accountant is the one that just deals with most simple audits, such as the documental audit, documental checks, and these kind of small things. They are quite easy, and also a normal person without any help can handle by himself. Well, that's it for today. I hope I clarified some blurry points about the professions that you have in Italian fiscal context. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to be always updated with the new regulation and new fiscal law and news that are coming in the next month from the Italian government. Don't forget that in the description below the video you have the link to the Italian Tax Academy 5-hour online course with tax simulation included in the package, plus one-to-one call with a former Italian tax agency inspector. And if you see in the description below, you will have our email address, ESENtaxa@gmail.com, in case you need some clarification, some consultancies, some tax simulations, everything you need. Just drop us an email and we all will be happy to reply you back.